In this video, you're going to learn exactly how to build an inbound voice AI receptionist for a pizza restaurant shop that's going to be able to take customer calls, book reservations, and even take down orders for delivery and pickup. And if you don't already know me, my name is Ashton, and I've been helping business owners implement AI systems to save money, cut costs, and drive growth within their business. So without further ado, let me show you exactly how the system works, how to build it, and a real-time demo. All right, and before we get into the demo, I just kind of want to run over some of the agent's capabilities, some of the benefits, some of the softwares we're going to be using to make this happen, and then also the overall flow of the AI agent. So let's get right into it. So first of all, the AI agent is obviously going to be able to take reservations and book them automatically into a calendar. So checking the availability in a calendar and processing and booking them in the back end. And then it's also going to be able to create orders for the restaurant and send the notification and send the information to the team, whether it's a delivery or a pickup. And then it's also going to be able to send reminders and confirmation texts to the team, to the prospect, once it's the order or reservation has been complete. And then obviously these benefits of these voice AI agents is that they're available 24/7, they're a lot cheaper than staff, and they're more scalable and efficient. So a lot of these restaurants get a high volume and a high amount of calls in short busy periods, whether it's on the weekend, whether it's in special holiday seasons, and having that AI agent there to communicate with leads, book reservations, just really make sure that this business can scale, and obviously they do it at a cheaper cost. So these are going to be some of the softwares we're going to be using in today, which is going to be Vapi and Make. Vapi essentially we're using to create the AI agent, converse with the customer, do all that stuff. And then also Make.com, which is going to be the backend software we're going to be using to run the automation. So connecting retail AI, and then also running check availability functions, creating orders, doing all that stuff. So there's going to be the two softwares we're going to be using in today. And then this is the overall flow of the AI agent. So this is how it's going to work. So the customer calls the restaurant, so an inbound call, the AI agent is immediately going to pick up that phone, so making sure there's no long wait times on those phone calls. And then it's going to greet the customer and inquire if they're placing an order or making a reservation. And then from there, if it's a reservation, it's going to go down this path and actually ask the customer for the number of people, and the time. It's going to check the calendar to see if the suggested time with the customer or that they provided is available. And then once it's confirmed, it's going to ask for the name, email, any special requests, and then it's going to book the reservation into the calendar and then notify the team. But if the customer wants to place an order, it's then going to ask if it's a pickup or delivery. It's going to collect the order, confirm it with the customer, ask for the customer's name, delivery address if it's a delivery, and then go ahead and place the order and then notify the team. So that's kind of how this AI agent is going to work. It's got two primary functions: booking reservations and taking orders. So now I'm going to show you a demo of actually how it works in real time, and then I'll take you through step by step on actually how to build this system. All right, so now I'm going to call the AI agent just as if a customer would. I'm going to call the phone number, it's going to pick up, and you're going to see exactly how it works. So I'm going to dial the number right there, and we'll see how it does. Hello?
Hi there, welcome to Pizza AI. How can I help you today? Are you looking to make a reservation, place an order for pickup or delivery, or do you have any questions about our menu?
Yeah, I'd just like to place a reservation, thanks.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to help with your reservation. May I please know for how many people and what date and time you'd like to book your reservation?
Yeah, sure. So it'll be for 5 people, and do you guys have any availability on 5 p.m. Tuesday?
We do have availability for 5 people at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. Could I please have your name and email address to finalize the reservation? Also, let me know if you have any special requests, such as dietary requirements, or if you're celebrating something special.
Yeah, sure. So my email will be johnsmith123@gmail.com, and I've got no dietary requirements, please.
Thank you, John. Just to confirm, your email is johnsmith123@gmail.com, and there are no special requests or dietary requirements. May I also have your full name for the reservation, please?
Yeah, so it's going to be John Smith.
One moment. Your reservation for 5 people at 5 p.m. on Tuesday has been booked, John. We're excited to see you at Pizza AI. Is there anything else I can help you with today?
Yeah, could I also place a order for delivery, please?
John, would you like to place the delivery order for right now or at a specific time? And what can I get started for you today?
Yeah, it'll be for now. And could I just get a margarita pizza and a large Coke?
Just to confirm, that's one margarita and one large Coke for delivery right now. Is that correct? If so, could you please provide the address where you'd like us to deliver your order?
Yeah, sure. So it'll be 123 Main Street, and yeah, it's one margarita and one large Coke, please.
Thank you, John. Just to confirm, that's one margarita pizza and one large Coke to be delivered to 123 Main Street. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah,
I'll
correct.
get your order. Give me a moment. Thank you so much, John. Your order for one margarita pizza and one large Coke will be delivered to 123 Main Street as soon as possible. Is there anything else I can assist you with today?
No thanks. And right there, you can see that it's gone ahead. I'll just show you my phone quickly. You can see that it's gone and place the order right there. So yeah, I mean, that's exactly how the agent works. You know, it's really crucial for restaurants. You know, large calls coming in these short amount of times, often on Friday nights, Saturday nights, weekends. So it's really essential that these businesses adopt AI to not only save time but also save costs and actually make more money by being able to cater for every single lead. So now you know how it works. I'm going to show you exactly how to build this. All right, so we're now in Vapi AI. Basically, again, this is the platform we use to build these AI agents. In this case, it's an inbound AI agent. So I'm just going to kind of run you through what it takes to build these AI agents, some of the tools and functions behind it to be able to create those bookings, integrate with the calendars, and everything. So yeah, let's get started. So firstly, if you are trying to build this, just load into Vapi AI, create a new assistant in this tab, and then go ahead and choose blank template, and you'll get something like this. But I'm just going to run you through basically what I did to build this agent. So first of all, using OpenAI as the provider, the model is going to be 4.1, really good, really efficient, and really cheap for us to build these things. The first message, which is basically the message of which the AI agent is saying whenever a customer calls, it's going to say that exact message. So you can change it to anything you want here. And then the system prompt, so obviously this is really important. You know, the better the prompt is, the better the results and the better the output that the AI agent is going to produce. So we want a prompt that is going to be you know, detailed but really concise as well. So I've done a bit of prompt engineering here, and I've basically gone and used this criteria that I like to use for each and every voice AI agent. So first of all is the role. I've said you are Rachel, an experienced restaurant receptionist at Pizza AI, a pizza shop. You have a friendly and bubbly personality. So letting the AI know what their role is and kind of how to speak to the customer, telling them that they're friendly and they have a bubbly personality. And then the task is going to be to answer any customer questions about the restaurant, and also if they would like to book a reservation or place an order for delivery or pickup. So pretty straightforward there, letting the AI know what their primary goal is and primary tasks. So then kind of down here, I've gone in and I've told it actually what to do for each situation. So for the reservation, I've gone ahead and actually told it each and every step of how to place a reservation, and then done the same thing for the order. So I'm not going to go over everything here in the reservation or in the task, sorry, into detail, but I'll basically just give you a rundown of them. So I basically told the AI agent, you know, ask for the number of people and what time they would like to come in, and then also run the check availability function when a time is requested. So this is a tool that we use to tell the AI, to tell Vapi to run outside of Vapi to check for the availability, and that happens through make.com. So I'll show you exactly how that automation works on the back end after I kind of go through this section. And then I basically just said it's just more prompt engineering. You know, if something is not happening, so if the time's not available, tell them, suggest times outside of the time slot. So again, using the check availability function. And then I basically told it to what to do once a time is decided. So ask for the name, email address, and then run the book reservation tab. So that's pretty much it for the reservation. Just really letting the AI know the specifics around how to handle that conversation when it's booking a reservation. And then just some simple prompt engineering here, which is basically telling you must tell the customer that the reservation is booked, and then some other things regarding around that situation and that conversation which may happen. And then for the order, quite similar again, you know, ask if their order for is pickup or delivery, ask what they'd like to order, and then it's just going down and confirming the order here, and then once they confirm it, ask for the delivery address if it's a delivery, and then it's going to place either delivery order or pickup order if it's either one or. So that's basically how an order works, you know, just letting know the AI what is the processes, how to handle the conversation if it is an order. So that's kind of the main specifics and the main task that it has. And then we've gone down here and provided the goal again, so making sure the AI is affirmative and is reassured and is really really sure on what the goal is they want to do when speaking to the customer. So again, these are the specifics. So basically just we're trying to capture and give the AI as much detail and as much context as possible as to what would happen in some of these conversations. So, you know, if a customer asks about a menu, provide the specific examples for the dishes, you know, using the knowledge base. Always pass the time to the customer to the function as it is, do not convert it. This is for something later down the track when we go ahead and actually put it through Make and put it through Google Calendar to book those reservations. And then, you know, just some more specifics around that. Only let the customer know the availability, avoid asking further details or queries, do not repeat. So this is just simple stuff, making sure we get the AI's responses, you know, as good as possible and providing the best results for the businesses, you know, that we work in and that we deploy this system in. And then we've given them a bit of context around the business. So again, where they're located, what they serve, that type of thing. Now down here is the example scripts. So it's really important for us to provide scripts for the AI to not only give them more context and give them how these conversations should be going, but also if the customer is getting off track, it's actually going to veer back to this script and try and get that reservation or delivery order placed, because we don't want these AIs on the phone for 10-15 minutes talking to these customers, you know, answering questions about random stuff without actually not getting anywhere for the business. So that's kind of the whole point of these example scripts. And I've got an example script for a reservation, and then a delivery, and then a pickup order. So literally the same thing, and then mentioning those functions within the example scripts as well. So that's kind of what that section is for. And then we've got notes here. So basically, again, telling the AI how to speak, you know, not repeating too many things, not using too long responses, making sure that we never cut off the customer, or we never like be rude to them, you know, use the knowledge base to answer appropriately when getting asked from prices, drinks and food menus, and then also how to end the phone call. So again, more specifics, more notes, more important things that we can tell the AI to make their responses better. And then we've got a little section down here for the call conclusion. So the AI is actually going to go ahead and hang up once it concludes that the customer has a booked reservation or placed an order or something along those lines. So that's kind of the entire prompt. Again, the better it is, the more specific it is, the more concise it is, the more detailed it is, the better the response is going to be with the AI. So that's basically the entire prompt. And then we've got a knowledge base down here. So again, I'm not going to show you that, but it's just basically a knowledge base we can attach to the AI agent with some of the business's information. So in this case, with a restaurant, we can actually have a fully imported menu, and the AI is actually going to go and read that knowledge base and suggest different items, suggest different times that they might operate, or just any information around the business. And the AI agent is going to use that to tell the customer and answer any questions. Then we've got max tokens down here. So this basically means what is the maximum amount of outputs we can use for the AI agent. So in this example, we're using 250. That's kind of a standard thing that I use to make sure the AI agent's outputs are nice and concise. And then the temperature here, I don't really touch it, but it's basically used to control like the randomness of the output. So if you set it down here, it's going to be more specific to what would prompted it. And if you set it up, it's actually going to be it's going to have more variability in its answers. So that's basically what it means. I just like to leave it like around here. Voice configuration. So we're using Vapi's voice. Normally I would go ahead and use 11 Labs voice, but for this demonstration, I'm just going to be using Vapi. They've got some really good voices. Additional configuration, I don't really touch this. You can have background sound to make it sound more realistic. Transcriber, again, DeepGram, that's really just transcribing the customer's inputs and then transcribing the outputs to the AI as well. Tools, so these are basically all the tools we're going to be using to send the check availability function, the book reservation function, place delivery order, and place pickup order. So I'll actually get into how I formatted those to send to Make a bit later in this section. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of really it in terms of this AI. You've got a bunch of other things that you can do and actually customize it, like down here. But that's really it. So yeah, I'm going to jump into the tools now and actually how we check availability, how we book these appointments in the backend. So all right, so now this is the first tool we're going to be using, which is again to book the reservation. So this is once the AI has the time confirmed, it's then going to go ahead and send this information to make.com to then book the reservation. So we've got the name here. We need to make sure this name is the same as we did in the prompt. So if you can see this name, I'll try and find it quickly. I think it's up here. So yeah, this name function needs to be the exact same as the tool right here to let the AI know to make sure to book the reservation, to call this exact tool. And then the description, this is basically giving context towards the AI, what this tool is being used for. So it's used for booking the reservation after the check time slot availability is confirmed. And then basically from there, it's going to be sending these different parameters. So it does this via JSON. So it sends this information to Make via a webhook to then go ahead and process all the automations in the backend. So we've got the customer name, the time requested, the email, and the number of people. So really you can customize all these different parameters to whatever you need the AI agent to collect. So I mean, again, you have special dietary requirements, you have, you know, whatever things you could have, maybe a birthday, maybe any other details around the restaurant you can add into here. And then from there, it's going to be getting that information, sending it by make.com, and then yeah, from there make.com is going to process it and book the reservation. So that's that tool. And then for the second tool, we've got check availability. So this really is the exact same thing, but it's just using the time. So it's just sending over the time and the requested time information, and this automation can run, you know, constantly. If the customer and the agent is constantly exchanging different times, trying to make a time fit, it's going to use this check availability function to find the right time. And then two more tools they're using is place pickup order. So using the name and the order that the customer, or sorry, the agent has identified. So again, sending that information via JSON to Make to then process the order. So you kind of get how everything works. And again, it's using a webhook URL. So pretty simple, makes it really simple in Vapi AI to do this. And then finally, we have a delivery order. So exact same thing, but we're just using the delivery address value. So yeah, that's kind of how all the tools work. So hopefully that gives you a better idea of how this AI agent actually runs and books these things in the process. And if you do want all these automations, you do want all these prompts, and you can actually go ahead and implement it and build this system out for yourself, you can go ahead and go down the link in the description. I've got all free resources down there. So yeah, I'll be happy to help you out there, happy to help you send those over. But now I'm going to get into make.com and show you how we process these automations in the backend. So see that. All right, and these are all four, these are the four automations we're going to be using. So I'll just go into check availability. So this is the most complex one we're going to be using today. So so as you saw, whenever we get that information by JSON, it's going to be passing it to this webhook URL, which is the first module of this thing. So basically from there, it's going to be passing it in a very precise format. So it's going to be in ISO 8601 format, which is basically giving us a very specific time that the customer wants to book. So it just makes it very clear to the AI, to this automation section, about the exact time it needs to book. So and then it's giving that time, we're giving the AI the current time now, and then this is the message. So this is when the user would like to book. So we're then getting that time and we're putting it in the time zone. So we're putting it in my time zone, which is GMT plus 10. So which is, you know, Sydney, Brisbane time. So that's all that's happening from there. We're getting the requested time, which is all that's happening in the check availability function. And then we're going onto Google Calendar to check if that time is available. So once that happens, it's then going to check if it is available. It's going to send a webhook response back to the AI agent to tell the customer that's available. And we do this via filter. So we actually go ahead and check if it is available, it's going to go down this route. And then if it's not, it's going to go down this route. And basically from here, it's basically going to keep finding alternative times within that time slot requested and then suggesting it back to the customer. So all that this is really doing here is it's formatting again the time in that specific format. And then again, it's finding suggested times within the next day or within the next 24 hours. So for example, if someone or if a customer said you have 5 p.m. and our agent says, no, we don't have 5 p.m., but we do have 8:30 or 7:30 p.m. This is all this module is for, is looking at that requested day, adding on 24 hours and trying to identify time slots within the requested time. And then from there, we're converting it into JSON format. So it's just converting that information into a more digestible format for the AI. And then we're converting that format from UTC, so Universal Time, to my time zone, which is GMT plus 10. So that's all that's really happening in this one. And then from there, we're telling the AI to get that time and then find alternative times within that time zone. So you can see here, we've told the AI that we're telling them to find different times within those times, and then a bunch of different prompt engineering things. If it's not available, you must not do this. And then yeah, some of the variables around there. So that's all that it's doing, finding extra times. Then from there, it's generating a final message to the user once it's found those times. So it's using the times and then generating a message. You can see this in here. Again, I'm going to leave this down in the link description. You can just import it into Make. And then from there, it's going to be sending a webhook back to the customer. So that's kind of how that automation works. And that's the most complex automation, again, really used for checking the availability of the calendar. So the next automation that I'm going to show you is the book reservation automation. So this one, again, pretty similar to the other one, but all that it's doing is, again, getting those variables and inputs we got from Vapi. It's sending it to a webhook here, and then it's creating an event in Google Calendar. And this can be customized and integrated into really any system. So whether it's a Google Calendar, Outlook Calendar, any other booking software that the restaurant or the business might use, it can be integrated pretty easily within Make. So again, from there, it's getting that time format in ISO 8601, converting it to GMT plus 10, our format, and then it's going ahead, creating the Google Calendar. And basically what's different here is it's using some of those information and some of those variables we got from Vapi, and it's actually inputting it in here. So it's gone ahead and actually added, if you see down here, so number of people that it's identified, and then it's the notes or special requirements, the customer name, and some of those details around there, and then we have to invite the attendee. So that's all that's happening there, getting that information from Vapi, putting it into Google Calendar, and then creating that event. And then from there, again, sending the webhook response back right here. So again, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple automation, but that's exactly how, yeah, we check for availability and we book reservations into a calendar. And this happens all automatically 24/7. So now I'm going to show you the last two automations, which is the place order and pickup order. So we go to delivery order, and again, using that information from Vapi, passing it through this module, and so simple. All we're doing is we're getting OpenAI to create a message from those inputs that we've used, and sending it out via email. So I just prompted it again, saying, an example of the new delivery order, and then again what its job is as well. So from there, getting that information, formatting it, and then putting its response in the form of an email. So I was just using email for an example as this for this demo, but it can be integrated within a software or whatever software the restaurant may use, whether a text message. But yeah, I'm just to prove that these AI agents are able to do these tasks and virtually replace humans, rather than what a human receptionist would do. And then pickup order, exact same thing but without the delivery. So I'll just show you it quickly. Again, webhook URL to Vapi, and then creating the message and then sending the email. So that's literally it. And if you do want all these prompts, all these templates, go down the link in the description, download them via JSON, and I'll actually show you how to import them. go down to import blueprint. So download it and then import blueprint. It's going to ask you the file if you want to download it. But yeah, again, if you are a business owner and you are looking to implement some of these AI solutions in your business, or you have any questions about how you can do it, feel free to book a call in the link in the description. We'll be happy to help you out. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.